Okay, today I believe we are going to conclude First Chronicles. I think last time we were at 26, chapter 26 of First Chronicles. More kind of boring information, but maybe we'll find something interesting here. Or maybe we'll just try to finish First Chronicles if I'll shut my mouth, and we can move on to Second Chronicles. So let's begin in prayer before we start reading. From Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. After this manner therefore pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Amen. All right. Last time, pretty much more busy information. Nothing specific I can point to. But like I've said before, back in chapter 23, David talking to Solomon, I think a lot of that is important information. You get a little more insight into David's thinking about Solomon. David really wasn't too hopeful about Solomon, and he was right. Solomon had his problems. Solomon was more the politician versus David was more the military leader, but he was the people's champion. He was much more personable. He had a much bigger heart. So David is not too hopeful, but he does give Solomon some sound advice. He actually tells Solomon to ask for wisdom. And that's exactly what Solomon asks for. And God likes that request so much that he gives him not only wisdom, but he gives him blessings. And so all right, let's continue from chapter 26 of First Chronicles. The division of the porters, verse 1. Concerning the division of the porters of the Korhites was Meshelemiah, the son of Kor, of the sons of Asaph. And the sons of Meshelemiah were Zechariah the firstborn, Jediel the second, Zebadiah the third, Jethniel the fourth, Elam the fifth, Jehohanan the sixth, Elionai the seventh. Moreover, the sons of Obed-Edom were Shemaiah the firstborn, Jehozabad the second, Joah the third, and Sakar the fourth, and Nathaniel the fifth. Amiel the sixth, Issachar the seventh, Pulthai the eighth, for God blessed him. See, there's an example right there. Who was this guy? Maybe if I had been paying attention better, I would have caught this. But, amidst this guy the first, this guy the second, this guy the third. And here we go, Amiel the sixth, Issachar the seventh, Pulthai the eighth, for God blessed him. Why did he bless him? It's probably a fact that I missed earlier on. Interesting, though. 6. Also unto Shemaiah his son were sons born, that ruled throughout the house of their father, for they were mighty men of valor. The sons of Shemaiah, Othni, and Raphael, and Obed, Elzabad, whose brethren were strong men, Elihu, and Semachiah. All these are the sons of Obed-Edom, they and their sons and their brethren, able men for strength, for the service, were 62 of Obed-Edom. And Meshelemiah had sons and brethren, strong men, 18. Also Hosah of the children of Merari had sons. Simri the chief, for though he was not the firstborn, yet his father made him the chief. See, there's another one right there. That's a similar theme, when Jacob blesses Joseph, and Joseph is offended by Jacob's mistake, with blessing his sons and everything. Jacob corrects him and says, "No, my son, this is how it's going to go." It's a prophetic statement, I think. Same thing here. His father made him the chief. I guess you could go into it. Could have nothing to do with what I was just talking about. It could have to do more with how I think Esau, he had no regard for his birthright. Esau's just, he had no respect, no class. He had no acknowledgement of God's existence, God's power, God's blessing, how God is blessing my father Isaac, and how God has blessed my grandfather Abraham. No recognition of that. That was Esau. Esau, the founder of Edom and the Edomites. If you have a thought process like Esau, I don't think you have any right to inherit what your father, what normally would go to you. If you have no regard for it, you don't deserve it. And this is another example, Simri the chief. For though he was not the firstborn, yet his father made him the chief. Similar example, I think, to Esau in that situation. Jacob and Esau. 11. Hilkiah the second, Tabaliah the third, Zechariah the fourth. All the sons and brethren of Hosah were 13. Among these were the divisions of the porters, even among the chief men, having wards one against another, to minister in the house of the Lord. The gates assigned by lot, verse 13. And they cast lots as well, the small as the great, according to the house of their fathers, for every gate. And the lot eastward fell to Shelemiah. Then for Zechariah his son, a wise counselor, they cast lots, and his lot came out northward. To Obed-Edom southward, and to his sons the house of Hasupim. To Shupim and Hosah the lot came forth westward, with the gate, Sheleketh, by the causeway of the going up, ward against ward. Eastward were 6 Levites, northward 4 a day, southward 4 a day, and toward Asupim 2 and 2. At Parbar westward 4 at the causeway, and 2 at Parbar. These are the divisions of the porters among the sons of Kor, and among the sons of Merari. The Levites that had charge of the treasures. This could be important. You hear mentioning of the treasures with Hezekiah, right? How Hezekiah revealed to the Babylonians all their treasures and all that. So, and And then Isaiah comes up to him, what did you show the Babylonians? Oh, I showed them everything, why not? It's not good. So the Babylonians end up coming back, right? And they get conquered. Not that that wasn't an inevitability anyway, but certainly that was irresponsible of Hezekiah. Verse 20. And of the Levites, Ahijah was over the treasures of the house of God and over the treasures of the dedicated things. As concerning the sons of Ladan, the sons of the Gershonite Ladan, or is it Ladan? Chief fathers, even of Ladan the Gershonite, were Jehili, the sons of Jehili, Zetham, and Joel his brother, which were over the treasures of the house of the Lord, of the Amramites, and the Ijarites, the Hebronites, and the Uzzielites. And Shabuel, the son of Gershom, the son of Moses, was ruler over the treasures. And his brethren by Eliezer, Rehabiah his son, Jeshiah his son, and Joram his son, and Zichri his son, and Shelomith his son, which Shelomith and his brethren were over all the treasures of the dedicated things which David the king and the chief fathers, the captains over thousands and hundreds, and the captains of the host had dedicated. Out of the spoils won in battles did they dedicate to maintain the house of the Lord. And all that Samuel the seer, and Saul the son of Kish, and Abner the son of Ner, and Joab the son of Zeruiah had dedicated, and whosoever had dedicated anything, it was under the hand of Shelomith and of his brethren. You know what scares me? How this is, I know I'm boring, and I'm not that interesting, and this is kind of boring, but what I'm thinking about is bankers today and the power that they wield. I'm not a socialist or communist or anything. I believe in the American capitalistic system. I think it's the only way that you can have real freedom in this world. Well, obviously, with Christ, that is the true freedom. But what's going on today is we're being given the illusion of the American dream, or the illusion of freedom. And really, we're ruled over by a bunch of bankers that control everything. They control the ebbs and flows of the economy, and people's entire livelihoods are destroyed in an instant by these bankers. Just they decide they want to crash the economy, they crash the economy, and so many lives are ruined. And I think about, who are these guys? You see all these random names here. Maybe it's actually important. Maybe it's the same guys controlling the vaults today. All our money. It's not our money anyway. It's Satan's money, so it should be irrelevant, really. But I don't know. Just a thought. I'm moving on. Must be important if it's written here. Officers and judges, 29. Of the Ijarites, Chenaniah and his sons were for the outward business over Israel, for officers and judges. And of the Hebronites, Hashabiah and his brethren, men of valor, 1,700, were officers among them of Israel on this side Jordan westward, in all the business of the Lord, and in the service of the king. Among the Hebronites was Jerijah, the chief, even among the Hebronites, according to the generations of his fathers. In the 40th year of the reign of David, they were sought for. and there were found among them mighty men of valor at Jazer of Gilead. And his brethren, men of valor, were 2,700 chief fathers, whom King David made ruler over the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, for every matter pertaining to God and affairs of the king. And affairs of the king. Every matter pertaining to God. That sounds pretty important. That's another thing that you could talk about for an hour on. These Supreme Court justices today in our country, they're more ruling over us than presidents, you know. Each branch should have its checks and balances, but they're starting to bleed over, and we're having significant problems today in this country, especially about that. But if you're going to have a person judging in the place of God, you know, you better get the right guy, you know. My brother had to go to a jury trial, and the judge, before they were even, you know, given any, before they'd seen any witnesses or seen any evidence, the security footage or anything, the judge said to them, "You have no decision-making power, all right? I overrule you. And if you screw it up, if you don't do what I tell you to do, then I'm going to have you in contempt of court." You know, just a judge ruling over, you know, and abusing his power and making the jury afraid. That's a judge in this city right now. And then what happened was they threw the book at this guy. They threw the book at him. And my brother, out of fear, he had to agree with the rest of the jurors. Probably the jurors just wanted to go home, you know, didn't want to deal with it. But really, to throw the book at this is basically an innocent black guy, you know. But they wanted to throw the book at him to make him an example. This despicable, rotten, this judge. The guy really didn't do anything, you know. He moved a child 30 feet, and they wanted to charge him with kidnapping or maybe child trafficking or something ridiculous for him moving the child 30 feet. He was just moving the kid, and oh, well, you have to go to prison for 37 years until you rot in hell, you evildoer. And he didn't, you know, there was nothing. But when you have corrupt judges that don't present the information in the correct way or skew it and make you afraid of speaking the truth or speaking what really matters, I think your entire society is breaking down. I think that's what's happening right now. I think that's what happens at the end of 2nd Chronicles when the country is breaking down and they're about to be conquered. You probably had a lot of corrupt judges. Now here at the start, I think they had some integrity. But as people forget David, they forget where this country was established, you know. Where did we come from? Who gives us our blessing? Generation to generation, you forget until we're in the rotten mess we're in right now. Chapter 27, the 12 captains for every several month. Verse 1. Now the children of Israel, after their number, to wit, the chief fathers and captains of thousands and hundreds, and their officers that served the king in any matter of the courses, which came in and went out month by month throughout all the months of the year, of every course were 20 and 4,000. Over the first course, for the first month, was Jashabim, the son of Zabdiel, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. Of the children of Perez was the chief of all the captains of the host for the first month. And over the course of the second month was Jodai, an Ahohite, and of his course was Mikloth also the ruler. In his course likewise were 20 and 4,000. The third captain of the host for the third month was Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, a chief priest, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. This is that Benaiah who was mighty among the 30 and above the 30, and in his course was Ammizabad his son. Seven. The fourth captain for the fourth month was Asahel, the brother of Joab, and Zebadiah his son after him, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. These are all like, you could think, two Roman platoons, organizing your troops into different divisions and platoons, something like that. Sorry. Verse 8. The fifth captain for the fifth month was Shamhuth the Israelite, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The sixth captain for the sixth month was Ira, the son of Ikesh, the Tekoite, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The seventh captain for the seventh month was Helez, the Pelonite, of the children of Ephraim, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The eighth captain for the eighth month was Sibbecai, the Hushathite of the Zarhites, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The ninth captain for the ninth month was Abiezer, the Anatothite of the Benjamites, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The 10th captain for the 10th month was Maharai, the Netophathite of the Zarhites, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The 11th captain for the 11th month was Benaiah the Pirathonite of the children of Ephraim, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The 12th captain for the 12th month was Heldai the Netophathite of Othniel, and in his course were 20 and 4,000. The princes of the 12 tribes, 16. I have to respond to a comment that was made. I said to one of my subscribers, I said, "You're kind of a legalist and an elitist." He didn't deny the legalism, though it's 50-50. I agree with a lot of the things he's saying. He does have a point about the King James. It is superior. I can't deny that. But as far as being elitist, one of my other subscribers apologized for him, and said, "Oh, I shouldn't be legalistic or elitist. I'll have to pray about that. Sorry about that." And I said, "No, you're wonderful. He is wonderful, that guy, Jason." But then the other guy responded and said, "Don't be sorry. God is an elitist. All of his children are princes and princesses. That's in his kingdom, his dominion." And once again, he's not wrong, but I still feel bad. If I'm inheriting the kingdom of heaven, I'm a prince, or she's a princess, and then you see all these people dying right now, and that's really what kills me. And so when I say that, elitist, I guess I shouldn't have said that, really. He's not wrong, but I don't want to treat people like garbage, That's how I read into his tone. That's why I say that. So, Not wrong, but if I go around saying, I'm prince, I'm king over you, you pathetic peasant, you are going to burn in hell. You know, if I walk around with that kind of mentality, who wants to listen to me, you know? Tell me, go to hell, you mother, you know? Fine. 16. Furthermore, over the tribes of Israel, the ruler of the Reubenites was Eleazar, the son of Zikri, of the Simeonites, Shephatiah, the son of Maacah, of the Levites, Hashabiah, the son of Kamul, of the Aaronites, Zadok, of Judah, Elihu, one of the brethren of David, of Issachar, Omri, the son of Michael, of Zebulun, Ishmaiah, the son of Obadiah, of Naphtali, Jeremoth, the son of Azriel, of the children of Ephraim, Hoshea, the son of Azaziah, of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Joel, the son of Pedaiah, of the half-tribe of Manasseh in Gilead, Iddo, the son of Zechariah, of Benjamin, Jaasiel, the son of Abner, of Dan, Azareel, the son of Jeroham. These were the princes of the tribes of Israel. The numbering of the people is hindered. Verse 23, but David took not the number of them from 20 years old and under, because the Lord had said he would increase Israel like to the stars of the heavens. So they were numbering the people, but maybe God told them, you better stop that, now I'm going to have to punish you, and you better stop that, and you better not do that again. Maybe something like that is what it's saying. 24, Joab, the son of Zeruiah, began to number, but he finished not, because there fell wrath for it against Israel. Neither was the number put in the account of the chronicles of King David. So there you go. David's several officers, 25. And over the king's treasures was Asmaveth, the son of Adiel, and over the storehouses and the fields and the cities and in the villages and in the castles was Jehonathan, the son of Uzziah. And over them that did the work of the field for tillage of the ground was Ezri, the son of Chelub. And over the vineyards was Shimei the Ramathite. Over the increase of the vineyards for the wine cellars was Zabdi the Shifmite. And over the olive trees and the sycamore trees that were in the low plains was Baal-Hanan the Gederite. And over the cellars of oil was Joash. And over the herds that fed in Sharon was Shitrai the Sharonite. And over the herds that were in the valleys was Shaphat, the son of Adlai. Over the camels also was Obil, the Ishmaelite. And over the asses was Jediah, the Meronothite. And over the flocks was Jaziz, the Hagarite. All these were the rulers of the substance which was King David's. Also Jonathan, David's uncle, was a counselor, a wise man, and a scribe. And Jehiel, the son of Hachmoni, was with the king's sons. And Ahithophel was the king's counselor. And Hushai the Archite was the king's companion. So I think it was Ahithophel that betrays him, right, when Absalom takes over. It's interesting. Ahithophel was the king's counselor. He betrays him. He's one of the smartest people. He's highly intelligent. And Hushai the Archite was the king's companion. So you got the professional counselor, this guy, and then you've got Hushai the Archite, who's like, what, his drinking companion or what? Maybe just his friend, close friend. But thankfully, Hushai ends up persuading Absalom to go his way, and that's interesting, the difference. Counselor and companion. 34. And after Ahithophel was Jehoiada the son of Benaiah, and Abiathar, and the general of the king's army was Joab. Look at that, how they leave on Joab as the last thought. Look at the power that Joab wielded, I bet at some point Joab was thinking about taking the kingdom. I mean, he probably could have done it while David was crying, after Absalom. But Joab gets him to, retake everything and do the big speech for everybody and stop crying. He's crying over his son because he's pretty sure that his son is not saved. His son is going to burn in hell. That's what he's crying about. That's all he cares about when Joab reminds him, hey, that's one son. You have a lot of other family members, and then you have a whole kingdom you got to rule. Get off your butt and tell the people that everything's okay. Joab could have taken advantage of that and made some moves. He probably did. Maybe Joab was part of the instigation of the other son that was tried to take the throne before Solomon, right? He was a part of that. He chose to support that kid versus Solomon. But speculation. It's interesting, though, that they would leave general of the king's army was Joab. That's the last line. All right. So we're going to stop here. Looks like we got some interesting speeches that David is going to give here and remind the people of what's important. So that's a very good way to conclude First Chronicles, which we'll be doing in a moment. So we'll continue from there next time. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day.